Hello everybody, welcome to the Mythas RPG channel. My name is Joseph Farr. I'm the writer and creator of Mythas and all things Mythas. I want to give everybody a status update, kind of what was going on. I know I've missed a couple of Spotlight Saturdays and felt a little guilty about that, but I've been very hard at work. As many of you know, the original goal was to release the campaign setting of the World of Mythas for virtually any fantasy RPG system. It was convertible. It was written for Pathfinder 2E. I chose that based off of what Wizards of the Coast did with the Open Gaming license and wanted nothing to do with them. So I know at the time, Paizo was much more receptive to other people working within their system, so I said, all right, cool, we'll just do it for Pathfinder. Since then, a lot has changed. For one thing, I've learned more about Paizo and, of course, Wizards of the Coast. As many of you know, or I'd say most of you that would be watching this know, Wizards of the Coast and Paizo both have decided to go down a road that I can't follow. And their social and political agendas that they want to attempt to push onto people, the players, telling them how to play their game, why to play their game. The game has just changed. Dungeons and Dragons is nowhere near. It is light years away from where it began, and perhaps that's the problem with companies as they become successful. They attempt to cater to more and more people because they feel that they have to grow or die. I don't agree with that, and I could be wrong, but hey, whatever. Paizo has long embraced the woke agenda, the socialist agenda, the Marxist agenda, with the pronouns and all of that, and I'm done with it all. Screw Paizo, screw Wizards of the Coast. I want nothing to do with either one of them. I'll never buy another one of their products. This is the direction they want to go. That is fine. That is what their players want. That is fine. That's not what I want, and that's not what people I know want. So Mythas underwent a transformation relatively quickly. Something that was never supposed to come to light was the Mythas RPG rulebook or rule system. That was something that was personal, in-house. That was never a goal, was to create a new game, but here we are. So the Mythas RPG has come to life, whether they like it or not. It's the system that doesn't try to invade your home, your table, and tell you what to do, tell you, you need to send your books back, you need to burn your books, you're not allowed to play our game, and things like that because of what you believe or your stance or who you even voted for. Screw that. We don't participate in any of that nonsense. So we restructured. I say we, it's me, it's one guy, but I restructured, redesigned, improved, and the Mythas RPG covers things. It covers everything that you would expect. Character creation, the various races, backgrounds, all these things affect your ability scores. All these things grant skills and feats, because where you are and who you are changes your character. Classes, skills, feats, the combat system was redesigned from the ground up. It uses a theater of the mind system with zones. We'll get into all that in other videos. I want to cover more of a broader picture in this video. I don't want to make it very long. But of course, the Mythas RPG covers the magic system of Mythas, which is very high risk, high reward. It is a sandbox magic system. There are no spells. There are no spell slots. The player describes what they're trying to do to the GameMaster, and at that point, they choose a power level of the spell, the magic that they're trying to weave, and the power level will determine things like damage, range, area of effect, duration, etc., etc. Again, we'll get into that in a later video in great depth. There is a rating mechanic for those of you that like to play either Robin Hood or the barbarians from the north or whatever. It's a streamlined system to handle raiding of a village, a town, a keep, a base, a stronghold, things like that. When you have 20, 30, 50 attackers and defenders, any game master knows that this could be a slog fest. When you have 20 on 20, you could spend 4, 5, 6 hours on that one battle, and it is not very exciting for the player or players. Where they'll do their actions and they'll have their turn, and then they wait for the next hour and a half for the game master to make all his rolls for the various other people. This is incredibly streamlined. It still needs a great deal of work. It's not finished by any means, but it is there in its infancy. It's been tested. Like I said, there are flaws, and it will be reworked and reworked again until it's very smooth and logical. There are base mechanics for those players that get to a point in their career, or early or late, where they may stumble upon an iron mine or a gold mine or an old abandoned tower, and they're like, hey, I want to make this my headquarters, I want to make this my base. And there's a system to do that, to where there's various tiers of the base, and each tier can hold up to so many slots of upgrades, things like forges, stables, a tavern, a gladiator pit, etc., etc. It's very slick. It kind of goes hand in hand with the rating system, because once a player, plants their flag, people generally try to come and take what's theirs. Or if they're the type of player that wants to go take what's other people's, well, that's there too. I wanted to touch on the maps. The maps for Mythas right now are, I made them. They're not very good. I made them several years ago as a reference to a series of novels I was writing in the World of Mythas. I just needed to see visually where things were and rough distances, so I didn't have somebody in Chapter 3 leaving a city, and in Chapter 4 they'd already arrived. Well, it was a 500-mile journey, so the map is extremely rough, but it's there. It gives people a sense of the world. They're being done professionally. I'm not a cartographer. I'm not good at that, and I know my limitations. So people are in. I've got a list of people that I'm going to approach and hire to create the overall map, the political maps, the city maps for the major cities, and so on. So bear with me on that. It's a work in progress. So that kind of sums up, neatly the core RPG. So as a result of that, the World of Mythas campaign setting book had to be completely redesigned as well, because many of the things that are in the core rule book were in the campaign setting, specifically things like feats, magic, classes, archetypes, that kind of thing. Well, they're no longer needed in that book, so they were removed. And the entire document was restructured so it made sense, and that is out also now. But the lore is greatly expanded upon in the campaign setting, the history, the nations, cults and secret societies, gladiatorial campaigns, if that's something that you guys wanted. In addition, with new classes and new feats that are specific to the various regions or nations that a character would be from. And that brings us to the GameMaster Guide. The GameMaster Guide was going to be originally split. Now I'm going to merge them together. It's going to be a GameMaster Guide for the Mythas RPG and campaign setting all in one. There's no sense from two books. There's absolutely no need for that. So I'm going to merge them together, and that's going to cover both the game and expanded secret lore for Mythas. Greatly expanded lore and history, very detailed politics and the nations and how they interact with each other. Half of the book is on adventure design, encounter design, XP rewards, lots of tables, lots of charts, things to make the Game Master's job simple easy, fast, fun, so they can focus on doing what they do best, and that's helping tell a story and referee and guide the players through this awesome world. Lastly, come up on the book Beasts and Baddies, the Monster Codex. There's over 300 brand new, unique creatures for Mythos in the Beasts and Baddies book. There's well over 200, I believe, in the core RPG, all of the common creatures that one would encounter in Mythos. Beasts and Baddies takes it to the uncommon, the rare, the mythical, the legendary, and more. So that is, in a nutshell, what's going on with Mythos. I know there's probably 3 people out there in the world somewhere that's like, hey, what's going on with Mythos? So I've answered that question to those 3 people and hopefully a few more. The core rulebook is out now and available on the Mythos RPG website for download. It's free. You don't even have to log in. You don't have to you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is go there and click it, and it's yours. It is what I consider a pre-alpha stage. It's still very rough. There's some formatting issues. A lot of the pictures and illustrations are not even there. There's spaces. I've left spaces for them to be put in there. But it is there as is right now, and it will be updated as I update it. The campaign setting, no, the core rulebook, 560 pages. Good God, come on, man. 560 pages of rules, lore, a lot of lore, and more. So it's a monster book. The campaign setting is also available on the website now, mythosrpg.com. It is over 200 pages, and it is what I consider a beta stage. It's much more complete. About half of the front half of the book has most of the pictures, illustrations, art, etc. That will be refined as time goes on. The GameMaster guide is that's what I'm currently working on to get it done, and right now it's sitting at 350 pages. I hope to have that done. And when I say done, I mean formatted and available, not written, but I hope that comes across pretty clear. But I hope to have that available for download as well, in a week or two, something like that, as time allows. So that's what's going on with Mythos. It has shifted. Screw Paizo, screw Wizards of the Coast. They can bite it. We've got the Mythos RPG. This is what I envision as more of a gaming revolution, and it's time to take back the table. They've literally told people this game is not for you. You're not allowed to play this game. If you don't believe the way we believe and think the way we think, this is not for you. Burn your books, send them back to us. We will refund them, whatever. And that's not acceptable in any stretch. And I've seen it myself. I've never been big on social media and the internet and all that crap. But because of this, I've had to get on Twitter and Reddit and Facebook and all that. And, like Reddit is a perfect example. I mean, those people are, it's sad. They talk, anybody that mentions Twitter, you automatically get banned from Reddit or banned from their little subgroup or whatever they call it. I mean, it's ridiculous, and it's a little bit hilarious. Because by being a fascist, they want to call other people fascists. I don't know, whatever. Mythos isn't about that. We're about bringing a good game and fun to your table, a sandbox game and system that gives you all the toys to play with and says, go have fun, because that's what it is about, fun. We're here to play a game, not get preached to. So stay tuned. Check out the website, mythosrpg.com. It is where legends are made, and we're going to make a lot of legends this year and in the years to come. That's it. Until next time.